the number one bullshitter in the world. You can't bullshit me, dude. Get out of my face, bro. All right, everybody. Welcome to Hot Couch Potato, the podcast where we talk about video games and bullshitting at work. My name is Brent, a.k.a. Boo Up. I'm here with my man's Rick, a.k.a. Shy Tank 88. What's going on, man?
It's actually pronounced Shit Tank 88.
Is that what people said when you weren't taking right, man?
Yeah, man, yeah. Exactly. But yesterday I was hanging out with Danny and all of them, you know. We were all playing video games. And it was good catching up with everybody and playing video games and all. And it's just, I think I may have rekindled the fire of everybody getting into playing Pokemon Go. If not, they at least opened their app.
Wait, they still had it on their phones, or they had to re-download it?
So they mainly had it on their phones.
Oh shit!
But it'd been a couple years since they last opened it, and I was like, all right, cool. You know, let's just catch Pokemon. And you know, a couple of them had their apps open. I was like, oh hell yeah, we can be friends, we can trade, and hopefully that gets everybody back into Pokemon Go. I'm not trying to get people into Pokemon Go, but like,
I know what
you
you're
know,
doing,
like
dude.
just
you're just
ready.
trying to get people, you know, you're crowdsourcing your Pokemon masterness, you know what I mean? You're just gonna have everybody catch Pokemon, like, oh yeah, you guys don't care about Pokemon Go, just trade it over, dude.
Yeah, trade it over. That's why I was like asking you for your Porygon. I was like, just trade that over.
And goddamn it worked. I'm trying to download Pokemon Go right now.
Woo woo! that could be my birthday present or something, you know. But I was gonna talk about the main reason why I had Pokemon Go. You know, I was like playing it for a while, and then I think it was like 5 days ago, I decided to just delete it, like completely just delete it. I was like, all right, I caught everything, even though, you know, I caught certain Pokemons. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna delete it. And then for some reason, the next day I decided to re-download it. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have it on my phone.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, I'll just have it on my phone and just have it ready for you know, that Switch game that's coming out, the Eevee one, because I already pre-ordered it, and I was like, all right, my data's already in the cloud. All I have to do is just like probably log in or something. But that day, it was like I was waiting for like one of the buses to take to work, and there's like I don't know if it's an event, but there's research going on where you have to like chase mythical Pokemon. And then I ended up getting one of those boxes too. And then at first it was like a Shelder Pokemon, that clam looking Pokemon.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's totally not worth it. So I caught it. As soon as I finished catching it, another battle sequence opened, and it was freaking Articuno. And I was like panicking. I was like, oh my god. I was just yesterday I was looking up how to catch Articuno, and it's like you have to go through leaps and bounds to like go in a raid battle.
I was gonna say, yeah, those are raids for the mythical Pokemon, right? You have to do
exactly. And what it's painful about those things is you have to get like a pretty big group to take down that Pokemon at the same time. But then you only have a chance to catch that Pokemon. And the thing is, when I was looking at the percentage, it said it was like less than maybe 5% chance to catch that Pokemon of Articuno. And I was like, man, so I was defeated. So that's why I deleted it. And then the next day, that's where it showed up, but it didn't show up as a raid Pokemon. It, you know, like that's how I was able to catch it.
Oh,
I threw like 20
map?
Pokeballs.
What the fuck?
Yeah, well, it wasn't on the map. It was that weird research event.
Oh, okay.
And then I caught it, and I was like, I was super ecstatic. I was like, fuck yeah, you know, this was a great day. And I think an hour later, I saw a Magikarp on the map, and then I opened it up, and it turns out to be a shiny Magikarp. So that can evolve into a shiny Gyarados, which is like one of you know, pretty rare Pokemon in Pokemon Go, and especially in the Pokemon games, is finding these shiny Pokemons. So I was like, damn, today's a fucking amazing day. And then all day, it was just nothing but Squirtles, like almost everywhere.
Oh shit, dude, your favorite, man.
Yeah, so I got my favorite Pokemons just springing, popping up, and I was like, dude, I gotta keep playing Pokemon Go.
Wait, were you near water, or does this stuff just spawn anywhere nowadays?
Well, the thing is, there's like a water event going on, but I think it ended. But there's a water event going on, and I was catching every other water Pokemon except for Squirtle. And then that particular day was just nothing but like a bunch of Squirtles everywhere. And then I caught the shiny Magikarp, and then it was the Articuno. I was like, damn, today is a great day. And then so at the end of the day, I caught it was like one of the latest Pokemon. It's like a whale. And I caught a shiny version of him at the end of the day, and I was like, damn. So Pokemon Go is like telling me not to get rid of this app at all. So I was like looking up more stuff about Pokemon Go, and I was like, man, I need to finish. I'm not collecting all of the Pokemon, by the way. I'm only collecting all of the 151, the OG Kanto region Pokemon. And I'm at like 143. And then I was like thinking, I was like, dang, I just need a Porygon. And then a couple days later, that's when the whole trading system came into play. And then I was like thinking, I was like, oh man, me and you now have the exact same amount of Pokemon. And I was like, oh yeah, let's trade for the Porygon. And then I remember you're like saying, yeah, I'll trade for the Articuno. I was like, oh shit,
that's the best legendary bird, dude. You already know.
Exactly. So I was like, dang. But yesterday I was trying to trade with Dennis with his Porygon, and he's like, nah, I'm gonna keep it. I was like, but I got all the other Pokemons. I got more Pokemon you don't have.
That's fucking funny, dude. Can you still do people like, what if you told them, oh, here, man, I'll just trade you this shiny Magikarp, man, and then you just trade him a regular Magikarp for it, dude? Like, can you do that?
Yeah, like I could just say, oh yeah, it's not gold yet, but once you get it in your inventory, then it will be gold. Oh shit! But I'll be long gone by then.
I was gonna say, you just never come in contact with his phone ever again, dude. Like, don't be in the vicinity so he can't trade you back, dude.
Exactly. Turn off my phone.
Yeah, so you trade him, you're like, Flapjack, no trade backs, dude. And you just run, dude. It's like law, you know what I mean? It's just like set in stone. You can never get that shit back.
Exactly, and I'll just let him know I'm the modern Team Rocket.
Like literally blasting fucking off, dude. That's too funny, man. Well, that's cool. I mean, it sounds like there's a lot more, or at least events, like you said, to keep people interested in the game. So that's cool, man. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure once I am able to sign in, dude, I'll let you get my Porygon, man.
Hell yeah, that'll be my birthday present, man. My 30-year-old birthday present.
Damn, dude, fucking what, 18, 19 years later, still hunting Pokemon, dude. The dream,
shit.
Dude.
That's what I was like. Oh, that was the other thing I downloaded it to, is because I just want to finish that bucket list saying that I'm the ultimate Pokemon master. Finish collecting all the Pokemon. So I was like, okay, so next time when I go to like Japan, Europe, and Australia, I'm actually gonna go look out for those modern Pokemon, or the ones exclusive Pokemon.
Oh yeah
for those regions.
Yeah.
And I learned that you can't hatch it through an egg. You actually have to go to those areas in order to catch it.
Remember when they had on Google Maps, they had the Pokemon on there?
Pokemon stuff?
Yeah. Remember there were people that actually like found all of them, and they got an email or like a letter from Google saying, congrats, you're a Pokemon master?
Yeah.
Shit.
That was pretty cool. I think it was like a pin or something like that.
Maybe,
it was like
yeah.
pretty legit.
Yeah. Should have gone for those, dude, and just gone out. And I bet you if you went to Japan and like showed that anywhere, like if you showed that at a club or something, they would just automatically let you in. Just like, oh, Pokemon Master Senpai. You know what I mean? They would just let you in anywhere, bro. You have to cut all the lines no matter where you go, dude.
Dude,
Like
that would be legit.
In the subway, the old people get up and let you sit down and shit, dude, because you're a Pokemon master.
And they call me senpai.
I know, dude, the old people fucking calling you fucking sensei and shit, man. Dude, that would be fucking crazy, dude. Oh, that's too funny. I finally got my PlayStation 4 Pro, dude. It was amazing, dude. I went into GameStop, actually. It was crazy because this past Monday, the 18th, I think it was the last day that the PlayStation 4 Pros were on sale for $350. And, you know, my dumbass, I waited until the last minute, dude, because I was busy at work. I couldn't go during lunchtime. So I called the GameStop over by my house, over by what's it on Highland, the one by where the Target used to be, right in front of the DMV over there. So I called that one, and I say, oh hey, do you guys have any PlayStation 4 Pros? Like, no, we're all sold out. I think the whole area is sold out. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? No way.
Damn.
So I think I called maybe 3 or 4 more GameStops until one finally said, oh yeah, I think the one over in Claremont, like off of Balboa, has some. And I was like, okay, cool. So I called, and they're like, oh yeah, we got a bunch, come on in, we'll hold it for you. What's your name? I was like, oh yeah, Brent. And then they're like, all right, we'll see you here soon. I was like, wow, that's the greatest customer service ever, dude. They didn't ask me if I wanted to sign up for a gamer club. They didn't give me any spiel. They didn't answer the phone with, thanks for calling GameStop,
ads,
home of the
30-second
trade-ins. I know, dude. I was like, fuck. But it was cool. So I was already, you know, out to get started. Because, you know, once I get there, they're probably going to be like, oh, do you want to sign up for the gamer club? I mean, you get 30% more if you spend $50 now. Oh, do you want to pre-order a game for $5? All you have to put down is $5. So I was ready for that shit too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I get over there and I have everything. I have my PlayStation in a bag, my PlayStation 4 in a bag. I brought a bunch of games. I think I brought in Evil Within. Is that that scary game that I was never gonna play? I don't even know why I bought it. I traded in Metal Gear 5 because that was free on PlayStation Plus. Call of Duty World War II I brought in. What else did I bring in? I brought in a lot. I think I brought in Grand Theft Auto 5. I brought in Destiny. I was gonna bring in DC Universe Online, but no one was gonna take that shit, so I just left that at home.
Exactly. I think it's free.
Whoa! Sidebar, real quick. Do you remember when that was actually hard to find, man?
The DCU Online?
Yeah, when you had to buy it. I remember I had to go to like 6 GameStops to try and find it. And I think I found it in the one in El Cajon. Yeah, dude. Because all they had was the special edition with like the Batman statue. And I was like, I am not going to spend $100 on this game. And it's a good thing I didn't, dude, because shit, it's free now.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. I was like, I forgot how much it was, but it was on the PS3, right?
Yeah.
That's when we were playing on?
Yeah. Dang, dude. You remember that when you were playing with us, right? When we did the Arkham Asylum?
Yeah, with the one with the, I think 3 or 4 bosses.
Yeah, villains. It was like Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, and Scarecrow.
And we tried to like beat Scarecrow first or something.
Yeah.
I forgot.
I think we had to cheese like every single boss or something, dude.
Yeah.
And then in the end, you have to fight all 3 of them at the same time. Holy shit. We really grinded that shit out, man.
We still beat it. We got, I think it was like a Batman piece or like some of that strong ass gear.
Yeah, I think you get money or like points for a Batman piece. I think because I remember having like 3 or 4 pieces of armor. So we did it a few times, I think. But yeah. Anyway, sidebar over. So those were the games I was trying to trade in. So, and let me just put this out there too. Backing up your PlayStation data is super easy, dude. Because my PlayStation 4, all I was worried about was my save files. And what else was I worried about? PT. Because I still have PT.
Oh, that's right.
The last remnant of Silent Hills, man. The last thing Kojima ever did at Konami. I wanted to keep that for sure. So I downloaded both of those to an external. just for a backup. I mean, I had all my stuff on the cloud too, so I really wasn't worried about like my Monster Hunter save or anything like that. Like just in case the external didn't work out, I could just, you know, get all my saves from the cloud. But traded everything in. I got like $260 worth of credit, dude. And it's funny, I'm handing the guy all the games, and he goes and checks if my PlayStation 4 works, and everything's all good. I think I gave them like the shittiest HDMI cord I had, because I guess I have to give them. You have to give them the power cord, an HDMI cord. You have to give them a controller, so I picked my shittiest controller, and the charging cable for the controller too. So I brought like the shit. I think the charging cable I had was from like a cell phone or something. It wasn't even from the PlayStation 4, dude. And it's all short and shit. So I gave all that up. They checked to see if it works, and it worked. So I started handing them over the games, right? And it's, you know, what you would expect to get for those games at GameStop. I think I got maybe $8 for Evil Within, and $8 for Metal Gear 5. You know what I mean? It was just super funny when I gave him Destiny. It took like, I don't even think he looked at it. He just gave it right back to me and said, "Oh, we're not accepting Destiny right now." I was like, "Oh, that's funny, dude. Good joke. You still want to take it?" He's like, "No, I'm not gonna do anything with it." I was like,
"Shit.
Okay, you guys, want to recycle it? You could use the box for something. I mean, I know you guys use boxes out here. Yeah, no, you don't have to keep the disc, but you can keep the PlayStation 4 box." He's like, "Oh no, nah, man, I just can't take it." I was like, "What the fuck, bro?" I was like, "Okay." So I put it back in my bag, dude. Get out of there. I ultimately paid like $90 or something for a PS4 Pro. Just super G shit, dude. I was super happy with myself. I mean, but I think I got cheated out of a lot of money, 100%.
Oh yeah, I guess it added up in the end.
Yeah,
like to help knock down the price.
That's true. Plus, a lot of those games were on PlayStation Plus anyways, and I wasn't gonna play them. I guess it's kind of like the feeling you get at the end of the semester in college when you trade in your books.
Sell back your books,
yeah,
and they give you $5.
Yeah, I mean, you don't realize how much you paid for them in the beginning of the year.
$200.
With the fact that you walk out of there with like $40 in cash, like, fuck yeah, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just that investment is totally lost on you. But yeah, man. So I was excited. Got that up, plugged it in, and uploaded all my save data and PT. In fact, it saved my settings too. For my old PlayStation, so it literally took maybe 5 minutes, and it was like I never had a PlayStation, like a different one at all, dude. It was kind of crazy, man.
Nice, dude. I think you're probably gonna have to get that 4K TV now too.
That is next. That is definitely next on the list. I mean, I think it may be like placebo effect or something, but I feel like the games just really, maybe I haven't just played on my PlayStation 4 in a while, but I played Neo for a little bit and Dark Souls, and those games just look super good right now, dude. I have no idea why, man.
Dude, play it on your that Asus monitor. Yeah.
Oh, that's true, huh? Because
that will be crystal clear.
Yeah, the refresh rate is super high on that, isn't it?
Yeah, 144 hertz.
Interesting, dude. Interesting. I might have to try that out. I'll have to try that out. But if there's anything in here, man, I definitely won in getting this PlayStation 4 Pro. And the real losers here, well, actually, I lost too getting this PlayStation 4 Pro because I was really trying to get rid of Destiny, and GameStop wouldn't let me, dude. Kind of shit is that, dude? I'm trying to give you something for free, and they're like, "Nah, man, I don't like what. They won't accept charity? Come on, man, what the fuck?"
You have to pay them.
I know, right?
To take it back.
Like, what do I have to do for you guys to take this back? Oh, nothing. Just put it back in your bag. So you can imagine. You can imagine, dude, how bummed out I was when I got back home after, you know, and
Destiny.
Yeah, dude, like, and I like take out my PlayStation 4 Pro out the bag. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I take pictures of the box and shit, and then I kind of throw the bag and I hear a clank. I was like, oh shit, did I leave something in there? And I look, I'm like, oh no, I didn't leave anything in there. So RIP Destiny, man. On to bigger and better things with Bungie, dude. But yeah,
wasn't it released last year too? It's just wait.
Oh no, Destiny 1. Destiny 1 is what I tried to trade in.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, dude.
Damn, it has no value. That is crazy.
No value whatsoever. Not even for the case. Like, come on, GameStop. I know you guys sometimes give people bootleg fucking cases for their games, dude. You could have used the case for something. Shit.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think it's one of the better decisions I've made, man. I just need a... And it came... I guess all new consoles come with like a 20% off code or something like that. So I might be getting a God of War here soon. God of War, or I still gotta get Detroit too, dude. So many games, man. So many games to play, dude.
Yeah, so many games.
But yeah, dude. I just thought that was the funniest that they wouldn't take Destiny back. RIP to Bungie, because they have nothing. I heard, you know what? I actually read that they got money from Activision to make any other game besides Destiny, dude. Did you read that?
Really?
Yeah. Like, they're kind of over it, you know? Either they split into two teams or they just, like, are trying to make something new because Destiny is just catching so much flack, dude.
Yeah, probably that, you know, and they're probably getting so much hate and negative responses, and it's like driving them crazy to work on a game that everyone hates, and it's just like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to work on that. I'd rather be like them and just start everything new.
Yeah.
Start everything fresh. Even though it's supposed to last 10 years, they said, for the Destiny franchise, but I don't know, man.
How long has it been since Destiny's been out? Like 3 years, right? 4 years?
4 years, I think.
Jesus,
well,
dude.
They still have a long time.
No, they're not halfway yet, dude, and it's almost dying. We'll see what Forsaken does, though. I mean, I think we both watched that like 20-minute trailer video they had for it and got kind of hyped, but I'm always so skeptical of it now, you know what I mean? Because I know what it was like before when they told us shit, and now it's like, oh god. They're gonna be like, yeah, you have these powers, you could do this, this, and this, and it's like, okay, we do it once throughout the entire game, and that's it, dude, you know?
And that's it, yeah.
You just go back to just shooting shit like regular, you know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of rough, man. If anything, I mean, what would really want me to play the game, I guess, is finding out the story of what happens to Cayde 6 and the Queen's brother.
I guess that's the only reason why people would actually probably continue to play, but I wanted to know like more on the Stranger and the Stranger's rifle, and you know, like what was our purpose, and what's his name that sells guns every Friday? His background.
Oh, Xur. Yeah,
Xur. Yeah, like why is he trying to sell to us? You know, and what is he doing with those coins and things like that? Like all the hidden mysteries. Like they were pretty good at Destiny 1 and keeping the lore alive by like keeping you guessing and where you have to like draw these connections by reading other lore, and it's up to your interpretation. Destiny 2, we're like force fed all this stuff, and you know, some of the lore just disappeared, and it's like everything is like, fuck, we're on autopilot now, and now we can't think for ourselves, kind of thing.
Yeah, but you know what? Did they? Shit, dude. I'm gonna say low key they revealed who the Stranger was. I just have to look it up, man, and I'll let you know, dude. Like in this past expansion, I think they let us know who the Stranger was. I think.
Oh.
But I'll have to look, dude, because I really wasn't paying attention for it, and I definitely played through the story. But yeah, man, like, yeah. I mean, even if they do kill Cayde 6, I think he's gonna come back. You know what I mean? As like Cayde 7 or something, because I guess that's why the robot characters in that game, the number behind their name is the number of times they've had their memory wiped or something like that. Like the gunsmith is named Banshee 99 or something because he had his memory wiped 98 times. So, because after the trailer came out, right, I guess people took to the internet and were like, yeah, good job, Bungie. We know that Cade's really not dead. You know what I'm saying? They were not falling for it at all. And it took the creators of the game to come out and say, no, Cade's actually dead. You know, but since they're so vague about it, you already know it's going to be that bullshit where it's like, oh, yeah, Cade 6 is dead. He's just going to come back as Cade 7, a totally new character. So
Shit.
you already know they're pulling off that bullshit like that, dude.
Yeah.
So, God, so crazy.
He's Rasputin somehow.
That would actually be tight. If they made that happen, that shit would be tight, dude.
Yep.
They just made him
this guide along.
all powerful, you know, and instead of like stopping wars and taking care of humanity, he's just worried about finding treasure and shit, dude. That would be fucking hilarious, man. That would be hilarious. But yeah, dude, good times. What else is going? Oh, the World Cup started last week too, man. Did it start last week or a couple weeks ago?
I think it was 2 weeks ago. I think I'm not sure.
Mm.
Wasn't it like Mexico and Spain?
Mexico and Germany, I think, and Mexico won. So I know all the Mexicans are super hyped about that, dude.
Was that recent?
Yeah, they just beat Mexico. Beat someone yesterday too. They beat I can't think of the name. Korea, maybe South Korea. They beat South Korea yesterday. So I think they're going on to the next round. So it's easy peasy. I guess since we're close to Mexico, we're supposed to be rooting for them since USA is trash and didn't make this World Cup, dude. But nah, man, I kind of have too much pride for that. I can't root for them. I'm gonna be neutral this entire World Cup, man. But it's just funny watching it. It just reminded me, man, one of the first games I had on PSP was a World Cup game. And I remember I would always choose Argentina and just be super cheap and always shoot the ball from like really far, you know? Because there was this glitch. Yeah, because there's this glitch where like if you tried to shoot from past half the field, the goalie would always be far outside of the goal and you could just shoot it over him and it would go in, you know? So I would play regularly at first, and then if I wasn't scoring for a while, then I'd be like, fuck it, dude. I'll just shoot it from way far. So that was always good times. That just reminded me too, man. Before I was really playing, I think before I was really playing video games like that, dude. Like before Grand Theft Auto 3 and all that came out, I was really playing like sports games, you know?
Do you still play sports games?
Not at fucking all, man. Which kind of, I mean, because I think it was, or what I don't know, dude. If I'm playing someone in a sports game, I have to be in the same room as them. You know what I mean? I don't know if I can handle the online stuff, you know? Because my dad, you know, is definitely a sports fan. And when we had PlayStation 1, he always had, it was Game Day. It wasn't even Madden yet. I think that the football game that came out every year. So he would get Game Day every year. And of course, him and I would play. He'd always beat my ass, dude. And I remember the first time I beat my dad, dude. It was the greatest moment ever, man, right? It was Madden. Oh, yeah. It was like Madden 2002 or 2003. Anyway, it was on the PlayStation 2 at this point, man. Which I think that's when Madden just died out, you know what I mean? The graphics can only get so much better after that shit, you know what I mean? Before it's cool anymore. But anyways, I think I was the Raiders, and this was when their offense was just crazy. And I think I was winning by a touchdown, right? And super flagrant, you know, I could just run out the clock. There's only 3 minutes left in the last quarter. So I could just run out the clock, and my dad's like really trying to make me fumble the ball and stuff, you know, and he's like, I dare you to throw it. I dare you to throw it. You know what I mean? So you could try to intercept it. I think I'm winning by 7 points. I'm winning by a touchdown at this point. So I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll throw it. You know what I mean? And I end up doing this stupid trick play that I never should have used, dude. And I scored a touchdown with it. My dad threw the controller and left the room and went out to get a smoke. And I was like, all right, I guess we're done playing, dude. I just turned off the PlayStation, dude.
Savage.
So great, dude. So great. And that's what it was like, you know, and then my cousins when we all would get babysat by my grandma, you know, we'd all play like hockey on Sega Genesis or NBA Jam, you know what I mean, on Super Nintendo, dude. Mm-hmm. And that's really all I remember about like sports games, man. I don't think it was until maybe high school or something where who was it? Someone was like, "Oh, you play Madden? Play me online." And I was like, "What? You can play PlayStation 2 online?" They're like, "Yeah, here." They showed me like how to get a modem and plug it into my PlayStation 2, and I was like, "Yeah, no, man, you can come over to my house and we'll play." Like, we don't need to do all that. But yeah, man, I don't know what made me lose like the drive to play those. I think it's like I said, you just can't innovate on those anymore, right? The graphics can only get so good after a certain point, but after that, it's all the same thing. Because I used to play NBA Live a lot too, and I would create a character. Of course, I'd create like a 5'10" Filipino dude that can dunk. You know what I mean? And never miss 3-pointers, you know. So I had that character that I would just make all the time. But I think what it's turned into now too with the microtransactions and the loot boxes and stuff is I can't fuck with it no more, man.
Did you hear about speaking of loot boxes, did you hear about like how EA was defending loot boxes? And
wait, I want to hear this. How did they defend loot boxes, dude?
So I forgot, like I don't know where the article is, but I mean, you can probably just Google it. But basically, EA wasn't agreeing with the developers. Remember how the developers in E3 was saying, "Oh yeah, there will be no more loot boxes." Mm-hmm. And I think 2 developers did it for 2 different games, but then EA was like kind of defending it, saying, no, we are gonna have like loot boxes. We believe in this model because it was successful in the past or something like that, and they're gonna keep going with it. And I was like, dang, dude, you know, just flat out destroying your audience and saying, hey, we're gonna give you something you guys still hate, you know, and just keep rolling with it because it turns out like the loot boxes actually helps pay for some of the higher up salaries.
Oh my god, dude.
So because they get a portion of the cut for that stuff, and then if they cut it out, then those higher ups, you know, are not going to get that kind of profit. So that's why they came out and tried to defend it and things like that. But people were like already pointing it out, like, oh yeah, you get a percentage of X amount of money from the loot boxes, and that's like your guys' bonus. But you know, it's the developers themselves that don't want the loot boxes. But it's always the higher ups that, you know, disagree and says, hey, we want more money from these guys, so let's keep exploiting it.
Oh, that's super trash, man.
Yeah,
that's the danger you run though, right? I mean, you'd have to find someone that, I guess, because there's a difference, right, between the people that can create and the people that can run a business. You know what I mean? And it sucks that it's not the same, to where the people who can create just want to get their creations or just want to get the best product out to the people, whereas the business person is like, let's see how much money we could squeeze out of it, you know?
Exactly.
So that sucks, man. Because it was definitely during E3, during the EA press conference. It was definitely the guys from that did, oh shit, I already talked about how I would never confuse these 2 games again. The Star Wars one is Battlefront, right? Is it, dude? Or is it Battlefield?
Battlefield is the one that's like Call of Duty. Battlefront is the Star Wars.
There you go, dude. I got it right, man. So yeah, man. They came out. The first thing the guys that did the Star Wars game said was, "Yeah, sorry about the loot boxes. We're never gonna do them again." So that's crazy that EA would be like, "Nah, dude, we're doing loot boxes next time."
Yeah.
And so yeah, because I think in loot boxes in sports games, it's this thing called Ultimate Team, where you can collect cards of players, and depending on what time of the season it is or what year it is, the cards can be different, you know. And basically you open packs and you can trade people, sell them on a market or whatever that stuff is. And I think since that's become the moneymaker for games like FIFA and the whatever NFL game is out now, it's like, and for the NBA games, since you could just make a team out of all your favorite players with those cards, since that's taken over and that's what EA's concentrated on, since that makes them so much money, I don't know. I can't fuck with it anymore. I mean, I know they're trying to have like a little, story mode in those games now. Yeah. But it's only going to last you one season, dude. I want something where it's like a dynasty, like over the course of seasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I saw a little bit of the one for, I think it's NBA Live or NBA 2K, where you're this, I think you get to play a high school game and then you get to play a couple college games to prove yourself to the league, and then you get into the league, and then your girlfriend that you had throughout college like breaks up with you because she finds out you've been going to clubs with like other women and stuff, dude. It's crazy, man. Like there's an actual story mode, dude, and I'd be willing to play that, but it needs to span over more than one season, dude. I can't just get one season of content out of this shit, dude. So I think that's what it is. It's just the loot boxes kind of killed everything, man.
Yeah.
You know that, or
does.
Like I said, maybe my competitiveness, dude. Maybe I just have to be in the room with the person I'm playing with rather than online, dude.
Exactly.
Because even you and I, man, we played Tony Hawk in person, dude. And that was fun. Can you imagine playing Tony Hawk online? That would be so much fun, dude.
Dude, that would be crazy fun.
You think so? I think it'd be better if we were in the same room.
At least the first one, the Tony Hawk one.
If they came out with like Tony Hawk open world type game, that would be sick, dude.
Like Grand Theft Auto, kind of.
Kind of, but the point is to like, have you ever played Underground?
I haven't.
So that's the one where it's a story where you're this kid and you go around town and do tricks and people take pictures of you, and then I think either Chad Muska or Tony Hawk sees your pictures and like, oh hey man, we'll sponsor you, you know what I mean? And then your childhood friend who's trying to come up with you, he takes credit for all your pictures, so he gets sponsored before you, dude. It's crazy, dude. It's a crazy good game. I think it was on PlayStation 2. But anyways, I'm thinking a game like that, you know, where we could go around in this open world, you know, skate, do tricks on staircases and rails we're not supposed to be at, you know, run from the cops and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That would be sick. And then, you know, there's a point to it. There's like I have to follow you around and take pictures of all the tricks you do, you know, so you can get sponsored by a company or something like that. And we could level up our tricks, get our shoes made just for us, dude. Oh, that would actually be a sick game, man. I wonder if that's what that session game is going to be about. But yeah, man, I can't imagine playing like the competitive Tony Hawk online, dude. It'll just lose some of its fun, I think, man. I mean, even for you, I lost. So you like beating me in person, like, you know, we'll never forget that shit. If that shit was
just like Pokemon.
Okay, no, see, yeah, see, I'm never gonna forget. I beat you on that, dude. But if we played that online, you know what I mean, there would just be a bunch of times we play that shit online, and it wouldn't really stand out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So maybe that's it for me, man. Because I was really playing sports games coming up. Now that I think about it, because I had the World Cup game on my PSP. You know what other game I had on my PSP? Need for Speed, either Underground or Most Wanted. One of those I had, and I had one movie on that little UMD, and I think it was like You Got Served or something. And
you said you
watched it like 20 times. Yeah, dude.
Something like that.
Just because, you know, we didn't have iPhones then, so it's the only small screen I could watch in bed, dude. So I was just watching people dance battle, you know, before I went to sleep.
Did you dance battle in your dreams too?
Nah, man. Nah, I didn't, dude. I've definitely had weirder dreams than just battle dancing, but fortunately I didn't dream about that. Damn, dude. Yeah, I only had sports games. And you know what? A big thing that carries. Well, maybe it's just driving games, but soundtracks are huge, dude. You know.
It is, dude.
Because Grand Theft Auto, a lot of people always talk about the soundtracks on the radio stations and stuff. I guess it's like real life, you know, when you're driving around, you just have your playlist going on in the background. So, yeah. And I think there was always one song I always skipped to in that game, too, in Need for Speed.
Which one was it?
What it was. I think it was like, it's like a Lil Jon song, dude. Or the Yin Yang Twins, man. It had to be one of those songs, man. It wasn't Get Low, though. Get Low is a different game. Oh, shit. What song was it, dude?
Dude, that's similar to Grand Theft Auto 4. I think I kept skipping to... What was that song by Kanye West? The Flashing Lights or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like play that all the time. Every time like I'm getting chased by cops. like flashing and like drifting in the corner. Lights.
Damn, dude. What they need to integrate now is your Spotify playlist, dude. Like in the next Grand Theft Auto, what if you could, like, there's an option to just plug
turn it on the
Spotify.
radio?
Yeah, dude, that would be crazy, dude.
Ooh, that would be sick, actually.
That would be fucking crazy. So you just make your own playlist, or you could download someone's playlist and follow along, you know what I mean?
Dude, that would be crazy.
That would be sick, man. But yeah, I'm trying to remember that song, dude. Because, yeah, what else are you doing in the game besides driving? You know what I mean? You got to have a good soundtrack to listen to in the background.
Soundtrack right? To beat somebody into.
Yeah, right. Oh, man. But, yeah, I can't remember. But, yeah, I don't think I'd ever get back into those games. It'd take a lot. Maybe if it's free on PlayStation
Kingdom
Plus.
Hearts.
Well, no, Kingdom Hearts isn't a sports game, dude. That's easy peasy. I'll play that.
Yeah, I meant like, what if they turned it into like sports games like that? Yeah, like Final Fantasy characters kicking soccer balls, or
I'm definitely not playing that. What the fuck? Cause yeah, I think you know how Witcher, right? There's Gwent.
Oh yeah,
and I
think they developed their own game.
Yeah,
for that.
They developed their own like Gwent game, right? Like, what if they came out with
a Gwent game on itself? I think they did.
Well, no, I mean, like, what if Square did that? What if they came out with Blitzball from Final Fantasy X? It's just Blitzball all the time, dude.
I think it would have to be interesting, though.
Would that be successful? I don't think that would be successful at all, dude.
No, to me, it was kind of boring playing that sports game. I was like, it's just playing soccer in like kind of 3D dimensional.
I mean, it's cool for adding a sports game into an RPG. That's fine. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but it was hard swimming to the ball.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
It was like rugby, actually.
Yeah, the fact that they did it, they fit it as like a mini game into this thing is cool, but I don't think it'd be successful on its own.
Exactly.
And you know, there was definitely a Chocobo racing game on PlayStation 1. So they turned that into its own game, which isn't hard. I mean, that'd be like Mario Kart, you know, but with Chocobo instead. So I get that. That's not bad. But yeah, you wouldn't be able to do like Blitzball. You wouldn't be able to do the whole card game in Final Fantasy VIII on its own. That game is way too simple, you know?
Oh, you mean you need more complex? What if it was like a story mode, though, involved? Like you have to go travel to different places, and then you don't look at the cards, but when you use the cards, it summons the actual monster to do battle.
Okay, whoa. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh,
dude. Exactly, like Yu-Gi-Oh.
No way.
You know? That's where I was like, maybe they could take that simple concept, but then like amplify the graphics and gameplay by like a million.
Nah, I don't. Maybe I would play it if, let's say, you were just like a side character in Final Fantasy VIII, right? If you're not Squall, you're not Zell, you're not any of them. You're just like some regular dude that goes around the world playing cards. But you go around that world, you know what I mean? And then, like, you see everything happening. You see, like, the world about to end and shit. And you're like, oh, well, I better just play cards.
Exactly. Like, what if they turned it as your main goal is to play cards around the world? There's some battling, but you just gotta play, be the Pokemon master in that game.
Yeah, that might work. You have to hire Squall to be like a bodyguard or something, dude.
Exactly. Or you're like tagging along his caravan, Dude,
that would actually be kind of fun.
And then you have to work for like the bad guys, but it's reality. You just want their card. So you're their henchman for a little bit while the battle's going on with Squall.
There's like a fight going on. Hey, let's play cards real quick, dude.
Yeah.
I definitely remember doing that. I think there's a scene in Final Fantasy VIII where
I think you showed me, like, they're falling in air. Oh wait, no.
It's when the Gardens are about to attack each other. Balam and Gridania, whatever they were, they're about to fight each other because all of a sudden they become like ships. And right in the middle of all this, while everybody's getting prepared, you get a chance to talk to the headmaster named Sid. And I remember the strategy guide telling you, like, this is one of the few times you get to play Sid in cards. You know what I mean? Shit. So you're preparing for battle and shit. Like, hey, let's play cards. And I think,
that's the real battle.
I think he has like Adia's card, or he has his own card or something. So it's a super rare card, one of a kind. So of course I played this guy for like 3 hours. You're thinking, yeah, we're preparing for battle. We're gonna charge in soon. We just need to play this card game real quick, guys.
Dude, that gave me an idea. What if you're an actual card player in this game, but then there are many heroes in the world, and you're always on the hero side where you go to these people to play these mini quests or side games to play cards. But what if you're that person, that's actually playing? So it's his perspective that you're playing against all these heroes, during the time of need. They're coming down to, I don't know, before the battle, they just want to play cards with you. And so, like, you're encountering many different heroes and villains playing cards with you while they're going on their journey.
You're just the master, dude. You have all the rare cards, man.
Exactly.
And then the villain comes along. He's like, hey, if you can stall them for 3 hours, I'll give you my card. That would actually be funny. Exactly. You can make sure they don't beat you. 3 hours. You can have this master card. That would be hilarious, actually, dude.
That would be pretty sick.
Yeah, but I forgot what the point was of the... You know what? No, there was a point to the card game. I think later on in the game you get like a power where you could turn cards into items. So, of course, the rare cards, you could change them to rare items, dude. And that's what everybody went for.
Dude, you collect that as a card collector, and then you turn all of your weapons into the most powerful thing. That would be pretty cool. Like
so you're just like,
you had to date all these girls.
So you're just like a fucking nerd card player, but since you have all the rare cards and you have that power to turn cards into items, you have like a fucking lightsaber. And you can just
exactly.
You have a fucking Gundam and shit, and you're like, yep, this is what I got for playing cards all this time. Good luck, guys. Fucking blow everybody up, dude. That would be a crazy game, man.
See? Our imagination is crazy.
Yeah, see, and the hard part about that, I guess, is just if we really wanted to make it, it would just take us time to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then if we got a publisher or something to put it out there, of course they'd be like, all right, how many loot packs can we send out, or how many loot packs can we sell for?
No,
you know what I mean? I'm like, no, dude, that's not the point of the game. The point of the game is just to be this guy.
Exactly. And then they're gonna sell you different patches or loot boxes in real life where you get the actual card that connects to the console so you can summon it in game.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm already thinking like a businessman.
There we go, dude. We can't make it now. For the sanctity of our imaginations, we can't make it, dude. Someone will just bastardize it and whore it out, man. We can't.
Exactly.
Oh man, that's fucking funny, dude. But yeah, man, I think there's room for those. Just like, what's that game called? Just like Gwent. You could do something with these little mini games that are out there, man. because they have triple triad in Final Fantasy 14, right?
Yeah, I was trying to collect all the cards, and it was cool too. Like you were talking about the people that you went on missions or you got missions from, and then now they're able to play cards with you. You just whip the shit out of them. But then, yeah, that I don't know what the purpose of the game. I think I was just like sidetracked it, and was like, okay, I want to collect all the cards, and I was like, maybe they should have like a card master kind of thing or a side game like that. So I don't know. It was cool. It was pretty fun to play. It was easy to learn, but then I was getting my ass whooped a couple times. So. Yeah, I can see the value there.
I think in World of Warcraft they put Pokemon battling. For sure.
What?
Yeah, you know how we can get pets in Final Fantasy 14? And they don't do anything, right? They just kind of stand there and follow you around.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
They're trying to turn it into that weird battle system thing.
Yeah. Well,
it's too complicated for me.
They actually have that in World of Warcraft. You could just challenge anybody, I think you pick a lineup of 3 of your pets or whatever, and they just fight each other. That's kind of cool too, I guess. They just threw that into an MMO like that, But I don't know.
Maybe they should focus it on it though. Collecting is the whole point of the game. Instead of a sidetracked thing.
Yeah. No, it makes it that much better if it's a side thing, dude. I think, because what if you could? Just imagine, right? Red Dead Redemption. You go into the casino, but you can't play blackjack. You could just look at people playing blackjack. That'd be kind of lame, right? So I think there's a place for it for sure as like a mini game. It doesn't need to be its own game. But yeah, man, that's too funny. What else happened this week? Did any new games get announced, or that was all just last week at E3, huh?
Yeah, all of E3. Spider-Man game. I'm waiting for the Spider-Man game.
That's it for sure now?
Which one, the Spider-Man game?
Yeah, that's a for sure purchase?
Oh yeah, that's definitely a for sure purchase.
Okay.
And it will lead to my next topic that I was going to talk about.
What's that?
VR. So
you bought one?
I'm gonna no.
Oh, I was gonna say,
but I regret buying one though, and let me tell you why. Yesterday, I was hanging out at Danny's place, and everybody came over, and we're hanging out, and we're playing a lot of games. But Danny has the VR, the PSVR, and he has the 4K Pro. So, but it was running pretty smoothly. And there was a huge difference from the time when I was playing with the VR at PlayStation Experience 2 years ago. And there's a better version of the headset that came out, and it works well with the PS Pro. And we tried it. We were playing games. All of us were playing games. And, dude, it is a complete change, a complete difference in how we were playing games with VR when it originally came out, because it felt like it was in its beta stage, but then now they're polishing it way more. Everything looks pretty smooth. It doesn't look like, do you remember how it used to look like it was jaggy and kind of pixelated for certain games,
polygons and stuff?
Yeah, but mainly most of these games they looked pretty smooth. So what game we were playing? Oh, Rick and Morty. I was playing Rick and Morty, and you're like a clone of Morty, and you're supposed to help out Rick and with his stuff, and you're in his garage. And dude, I was so immersed in playing that game. You could pick up everything on the shelves, all the little gadgets. I was shooting his gun. I was looking at things, throwing things down on the floor, and picking things up. Dude, I was so immersed that we were playing for a while. There's a scene where you're in the bathroom or something, and I was throwing everything down the toilet because I was just not supposed to do that, but I was
wanting
just
to flush stuff in the toilet, dude.
Exactly. But there's stuff on the kitchen sink, or not the kitchen, the bathroom sink, and I was getting tired because like I was playing for a little bit. I don't know, I was so immersed that for some reason I felt like I wanted to like lean on the kitchen or the bathroom sink. And like instantly I remembered that this is not real.
It's
and
VR.
Then like I took a couple steps forward and I almost fell into the TV. I was like, wow. God, I never thought I would see the day when that would happen. But you know, like everything is literally really good graphics, so smooth. Everything is pretty polished, but the games are still like, you know, in their testing phases, I would say. But some of the games that I played was like a Call of Duty one. It's similar to like Valkyrie Eve, where you're flying in the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my god, I was like completely immersed. You like the visual details of the cockpit. You know, you're like flying out through space. Some of the stars you feel like you could touch. And
wait, what game was this? This was Call of Duty?
Yeah, Call of Duty. I forgot the full name, but it's like Call of Duty VR. And you're flying through space in a jet, and you're just like shooting down other jets, which was really cool, you know. And a couple of other games we played, which, oh my god, like I was really working out, dude. We were all working out literally. And it was this game called Super Hot. Have you heard of that game?
Oh,
Do you
yeah,
remember?
Yeah, where you
like,
throw the guns and shit at people, and you can teleport and stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. When we saw that at a PlayStation Experience last year, I thought it was okay. I was like, it's, you know, it's all right looking game. You know, I'm not into those kind of polygon games.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you experience things firsthand, dude, that game actually made me look to see if I can buy a PSVR. I already missed out on that sale during E3 when the whole bundle was like $200 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that game is mainly, you know, you're shooting these polygons that are shooting at you or chasing you or gonna hit you or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you would feel like, I don't know, Neo from the Matrix or Neo from Equilibrium and shit like that. So it's like when you move, everything starts moving with you, but they move kind of slow. When you stop moving, everything like time freezes. So there's like so many times when you like pick up guns, start shooting everything, and you can see the bullet lines like sort out online where you start seeing the bullets and the trajectories and all that, and you're like dodging like Neo in slow motion. So like you're moving really slow, and all the bullets are flying and whizzing past you. And what's cool is when they whiz past you like too close, you can hear it in the sound of like it like strafing past your ear.
It's like ASMR, dude, where it's like the right ear, the bullet passes, and you could hear it.
Yeah, it felt so crazy, dude. It was so crazy. So like we were like doing these weird Neo poses, and we're like shooting, like you shoot the guy, throw the knife at the guy like fling, you know, like dies and like throws his gun forward by accident, and then you catch it in midair while you're in pose shooting the other guy with a shotgun, and then you shoot the other guy with a pistol, then you throw the pistol, and then dude, it was crazy. There's one scene where I didn't play this scene, but it was like James and Mark, and they played this scene where they're on a bridge, and you start off and there's only 2 ninja stars in front of you. There are 2 guys rushing you, and they're right next to you. So when you don't move, everything is time frozen. So you can quickly kind of like look at them with the headset without moving, and they're like kind of slowly moving at you. But once you start moving a lot, they're gonna like immediately swing and like stab you. And they have like knives and guns and whatnot. But there's 2 ninja stars in front of you. James and Mark like took those 2 ninja stars and like threw them both to the left and right. And then so it killed the first 2 guys. And there's 2 knives that are like flying in the air in slow motion. So then like James grabbed like one of the knives and does like a 360 spin and like stabs everybody, and then the other guy like shoots his gun and like he dodges it while he's like doing an uppercut slash. I was like, wow, dude, this game is fucking crazy. It's pretty cool. And like we were playing with everybody. Eric and Dustin tried, Crystal too, and yeah, it was a good game, I would say. And the other game was, I think it was called Raw, where you're like an android and you're like shooting other androids to protect like a cube and whatnot. And the androids, I don't know, it's kind of, do you remember that game we used to play, or we played at PSX, where we have to kind of teleport to different locations in order to shoot each other?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had that kind of thing, because I guess it's because it has something to do with the movement, but it was more fluid. Like everything looked more fluid, and it was funny because when Crystal was playing, she was panicking. Like she didn't really have the full control, but she was panicking, shooting up all the androids and whatnot. But she started to like get the hang of it, and then as soon as she started teleporting, she teleported near a ledge, and she was like looking down, and she was like panicking. And then later down the line, she like panicked too much. She like teleported off the edge, and then since she was so immersed, she like fell down.
Wait, was a character like the camera was falling down too, dude?
Yeah, exactly. And then she was like kind of like doing that little scream. It's like, oh god, it was funny. It was pretty cool. And then we played a little bit of Resident Evil 7. Dennis this time was playing, and it was like pretty good. Like, this time you already know like where the jump scares are, but like the way you're like interacting with the environment, it's like, man, if Resident Evil 2 had VR also like attached to this, I think that would be fucking crazy scary. Like dude, peeking around the corner.
I would never play it, dude.
Exactly. And the thing is, like, you already know, like, it's crazy that you can see things on the TV. When you're playing the game, you're already scared enough. But when you're like immersed into where you can start looking around and whatnot, it completely changes the way you play games and how you interpret it. It's just, oh man, the immersion is there. It's really there. And that's what I was like looking at. I was like, man, I should have bought a PSVR when it was on sale. But I need a pro like you guys in order to be able to kind of run it as the best of its capacity. So we were playing those games, and then finally, remember that game? Remember we had an idea of building a VR game where you're like picking up people like Sims and like building in like third person view, kind of. There was a demo that Dustin was playing, and he was like picking up these little people, building with an actual hammer, and it built like a little tiny house. And he was like putting these people like right next to like monsters so they can attack them.
Wait, what? He was like controlling an army or something?
No, it was just like random, like regular little townspeople or whatnot. There's like a hiker that was coming by, so he like picked up the hiker and put him like in front of a building, and then he saw this guy that was doing nothing, picked him up, put him right next to like a turkey, and he was like he was chasing the turkey. And this was like in that third person view, but it was like far away. You're like a giant kind of thing. So VR is crazy. The technology is crazy. It's like super real, to the point where I thought, playing it so long, I thought the bathroom was there, and I was like gonna like like fall onto the sink because I was thinking it was there. But I think they're going in the right direction, and then if they keep polishing it, it's gonna be the future where we're like Sword Art Online. Gaming is where we're just laying in the bed now, and and we're no longer moving. We're like gonna be a vegetable. So that is gonna be definitely taking over the world, man.
You're gonna be a vegetable, dude.
You're gonna order everything online, Facebook, dude. Just everything's gonna be on that VR headset.
Oh my god! And you can just lay down. You don't even have to fucking what do you call it, dude? Right? You don't have to move around or do the actions physically, huh?
Exactly. There's stuff like that where you can, without looking around, you just use the controller. But the ones where you do use those motion joys, oh man, the immersion is there. You feel it's crazy there. So I think when Ace Combat comes out, I'm definitely gonna pick it up, no matter what. It's just the way it's polished. You know, I was skeptic when we first originally played. It was too clustered. I don't know. The graphics was like too cluttery, and you can see the visual imperfections. But then these current games, or the demos of them at least, they're really pretty good at. It's pretty polished, and it's doing pretty good for like a cheap VR headset. And then now there's the third-party developers where they're allowing to use the PSVR onto computers, where you can play these certain Steam games, certain VR Steam games, or watch certain VR videos that I don't know of, but basically.
Wait, does it work on Steam? Like, can you play your that tutoring game, dude?
They said yes. So
you really might have to invest in this shit, man.
Exactly. That's the thing. Because I was literally going to pick up an Oculus Rift too. I was like, might as well just get the big guns. But playing the PSVR, I was like, man, I can just have this and, you know, play all these cool games on the PlayStation and PC. So, yeah, VR is really crazy. It's going to be, you know, and then it was funny too, because we were wondering why this game was called Super Hot. You're really like doing yoga poses and whatnot and doing like backflips, and we're getting like super hot just like playing. I was like,
gonna say, you started sweating, dude.
Dude, we were sweating a bunch, man. We're like, dude, one of these days you're gonna see us passed out and butt naked with VR headset on.
But it's not gonna be from playing Super Hot, is it?
It will be playing from Super Hot. We're gonna assume we're like, oh man, he must have been watching that VR porn. It's like, nope, we're playing Super Hot.
That's crazy. So does Danny have? He has the newer one, the newer PSVR headset, or is it the OG one? Oh, okay.
He said like he was playing Skyrim 2 on it, and he can't play it for too long because his arm gets tired. You have to hold up a shield the entire time with the motion control, and then you said he was like poking through with the other hand. But yeah, it's just, I thought, you know, I had this perception of how VR was going to be from what we experienced, but man, dude, they polished it to the T. That is worth the investment. I can see why, like, there's so many good reviews on it too. Yeah. You know, it's just not. I know there's not that too much of amount of games out there, but these games are really fun, especially like Super Hot. You know, these hidden gems are super fun.
What about the wires? Didn't get too crazy? Like when you guys were playing Super Hot and going around, you didn't get like wrapped up in that stuff?
We're getting a little nervous on, you know, there was only the first one I think had 2 wires. The first headset, I'm not sure, but the second one, the one we have was a really long wire, and it was pretty thin and light, so we didn't get too much tangled or step on the cord at all. You know, it's like there's enough room for it, and even though half of us didn't turn a lot, Dustin likes to turn physically with his whole body, so he was kind of doing like 360 turns, multiple 360 turns. And even though the TV was like, say, oh yeah, just use the controller
to turn,
yeah. But Dustin would turn his full body, and then Eric would do like full blown poses like Dante. You know, like when he had 2 guns, he was like his front body was facing forward, or his lower half of the body was facing forward, but Eric was like kind of shooting backwards. You know, think of it like that.
Definitely like Equilibrium, dude.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, when we were playing the Super Hot game, I was trying to do stuff like Equilibrium. I was like doing these Tai Chi. I was doing Quan Chi.
Wait, can't you bounce like knives off the walls and shit too in that game?
No, not that we haven't really tried too much of throwing it at walls, but when we throw knives, it's kind of tricky too when you throw knives, because I don't know how it works, but when you like catch these guns or the knives in the air, and then you like stab whatever's near you and shoot out the guy at the roof and stuff like that, it's just, dude, it's really sick, you know. Like especially when you're ambushed by like 5 or 4 guys at the same time, and then one uses like a shotgun, so you see like all of the shotgun shells, like, or shotgun bullets shooting at you in slow motion, and then like you can not move, so you can think, catch your breath and like think, how am I gonna dodge all of these bullets?
Mm-hmm.
And then you will like kind of weave your whole body in between those line of bullets. It's fucking crazy.
What's that game called? It was like a Japanese game show, and they brought it here to America. Oh God.
Silent Library?
No, the one where it's like a wall and there's a shape in the wall and you have to try and fit in the shape in the wall, dude.
The name is dude,
they should do that in VR, huh?
Dude, that would be fucking crazy.
You'd have to get like leg sensors though at the same time, dude.
That would be fucking crazy.
Because that's what you're making it sound like, and that would be fucking amazing actually if they did that shit. Yeah. But dang, man, and you're right. I think that's definitely a thing where it's hard to like make a commercial for VR, right? It's only been best when you've like experienced it personally, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, like that Super Hot, I was completely not interested in last year experience. But when you firsthand experience something, it's just like, damn, dude, this completely changed my world. Like my perception of the PSVR is way up there. And even though I even though I already wanted to buy it, it just reaffirmed that I need to get it ASAP.
Damn, dude, that's crazy, man. How much is the newer headset? Is it like $300-$400?
It's $300, but that's with the bundle with everything. And the thing is, it was on sale for like $250 with the camera, both of the motion controllers, and the VR and Skyrim.
Oh, even the new one.
But yeah.
Oh, wow.
But the thing is, even Doom was only the headset and the camera, and with the copy of Doom was only $200.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, fuck, man, I completely missed out on that deal. Even though it was in my cart, I really wanted to purchase it, but it's like, I don't know, there's not too many games out there. But then now that I've experienced all these games, dude, these games would last me for a good while, especially the VR Super Hot. You butt naked, just like trying to dodge shit, doing yoga poses.
Damn, dude, is not even wearing socks, just like completely naked, like Super Hot, dude. I might slip if I wear socks, dude.
Exactly. You gotta experience it. You gotta be immersed. The polygons have no clothes, so you have no clothes.
Just get yourself like a black bodysuit and shit, just like the game. Oh, God. So if you were to buy a PlayStation VR, what would be your games right now then?
It would have to be the Call of Duty, that Jet game, the Super Hot, the Rick and Morty. I might pick up that Sims Builder thing that Dustin was playing on the demo, and then there's the Final Fantasy. I'm not sure it's out yet, but the Final Fantasy 15, the fishing in VR.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that's right, yeah.
There's Battling 2 for VR for that game too, but I would like to at least just play the fishing game and Super Hot. What other games are there? Yeah, those are mainly it.
Okay.
Ace Combat is coming out, so hopefully they polished it enough too for this new headset.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think about what like I would get if I were to get VR.
Exactly.
I think it'd only be like 2 games, dude.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, okay, I would just get like Ace Combat. That would mainly be it. But then when you try out these other games, it's like, holy shit, these games are actually pretty sick. It's like you're fully immersed. I would definitely pick these games up, or definitely recommend it.
Mm-hmm. It's just I don't know. I would never want to play a scary game on that shit as well. I'm nervous that every game is going to be a scary game.
Dude, if they put like Fatal Frame on that shit, I would cry so much. The one where you have to take pictures of ghosts.
Oh yeah, yeah,
dude.
You'd really be like, crouching down, dude, for real.
Oh, it's funny too. Like when we try to readjust each other because when you're facing the TV, that's the center position. But then the longer we play, the more we get farther from the center position, and then we readjust each other by like, positioning the person to stand in the center of the room. But sometimes we would be like, oh yeah, just turn around 90 degrees, crouch down, and punch as hard as you can. And right there would be like Dustin sitting there. Dude, I came close. Yeah, we came so close to getting hit. Like, I think Crystal almost hit me. I forgot what game, but she literally, it was like 4 inches away from my face, and I was like, holy shit, I didn't recognize it. And Eric and Dustin saw that I almost got hit, and I was like looking at it. I was like, why is there a red light in front of me? And it was like the motion controller in front of my face. I was like, damn, I didn't know. I would have died.
That's funny, dude. Yeah, man. That might be interesting. You might talk me into this like you're talking me into Pokemon Go, man.
Dude, yeah. But at least let me get it, and then I'll show you like the games, or you can try it out, test it out.
Because the only things I could think of that I would play are like Star Wars and Batman VR would be the only things I'd play.
Dude, yeah, exactly.
And then maybe the new From Software game that comes out whenever, that Deracine game.
Oh, was that the one where it's like a flower or something?
Yeah, like yeah. Where there's that lady growing a flower.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to look right now. There's a bunch of free stuff, I guess, too, for PlayStation VR that you could just hang out. Oh, there you go, dude. Hatsune Miku VR Future Live, dude.
Boom! I'm already on it.
And it is 100% free, dude. Amazing, bro.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
That's funny, man. So you think it's the future, huh? You think PSVR is the one, dude?
Yeah, at least the next gen console.
Interesting.
Gaming. I think they're gonna probably. Well, I think. Let me take that back. I think for Sony, they're gonna probably work more on VR technology, and especially like PC games, they're gonna be working on that VR stuff too. But that brings me to my next thing. I kind of briefly saw, like, it says that Microsoft is actually going to be pulling out from the VR and won't release their own VR technology.
What? No way. Weren't they going to have their own like augmented reality system and stuff like that?
Exactly. This was published on Engadget like the 21st of June.
Oh shit.
And they said that they announced that they won't be integrating that VR stuff. So
dang, dude. So what are they going to do instead? They're just going to concentrate on games, period? Or
probably. They just probably focus on that 4K technology. But
interesting.
Geez.
Interesting.
I thought they were going to be releasing their their version is called the HoloLens or something like that.
Yeah, because it was going to be one of those where it uses like the tabletop in your coffee table, or it uses like a picture frame as the play space or something like that. In your actual room. That is kind of crazy then. So they're just gonna let Sony win on the VR, huh?
Yeah, as far as consoles, now I'm reading the end of this article. It says that Microsoft is actually pretty dependent on the Oculus Rift and HTC. For the PC version. But they still gave up on the console side. Yeah.
Huh. That's kind of interesting. Damn, man. So that's weird then. So you think that'd make Sony less like motivated to come out with new VR stuff then?
I think so. If there's no competition.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's kind of I don't know, shaky environment, like, because you need people to like push for each other, but yeah, Nintendo Switch is doing its own thing with this motion. Yeah, I don't know. PC and Sony are the only ones now.
Yeah. And is it a hack, or is it like just compatible now for the PSVR on your computer?
Oh, it's not necessarily a hack, but it's like a third-party driver.
Oh, okay.
Like helps connect it and all that, so it can be recognized and be able to use on your Steam games.
Oh, there you go. Damn, and an Oculus and the Vive, aren't those like already $400 on their own?
It is.
Oh,
I think I saw Oculus on sale for like $300 and pretty good games out with it. Like you can play most of the Steam games on it. But the thing is, I want to play some of the PSVR stuff too. So
it might be more worth it.
Yeah.
Just getting the PlayStation one.
Yeah, but the only thing is with that third party, they're still working on it, but you can't use the motion controllers. You only can use the headset. So like you probably have to use the mouse and keyboard for moving around and whatnot, but you can still look with the PSVR.
Oh, okay, that might be kind of lame then, dude, if you can't do anything else with it. But...
yeah, so.
Listen to Rick, the salesman dude.
Don't buy into it yet, but just have your eye on it.
That's crazy, man. Dude, so this whole time I've been trying to sign into Pokemon Go, and we use our Google accounts, right?
Yeah.
This shit is totally not signing in, dude. Maybe I have to restart the app, or maybe I need to do a forgot my password thing.
Shoot, it's cool. It's cool, man.
I'll find a way, bro. I'll find a way.
Porygon's been so elusive. I was like googling like how to catch it, and they said they're usually around like courts or some government building.
Wait, what?
I don't know, but there's guys that says like they've mainly found it around like courts, the justice system, or federal government buildings. And I was like, all right, well, I technically live by one. How come I can't see this shit? So I don't know. Maybe one day I'll run into it.
I still remember the day I caught it, dude. I think I was like driving home, like from one of the times we were like Pokemon hunting until like 2 a.m, and then I wasn't even gonna turn on the app, but I think I was at a stoplight, and I was like, let me just see what's around here. And I saw it boom around the corner. I said, hell no, I'm catching this dude.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one. Because we're like up and up. We're both at 142, but then you beat me with that Porygon. So now you're at 143. But I caught up with Articuno.
But you have a bunch more. Don't you have like the Pokemon for the other regions and stuff?
I do, but I'm just catching it just to put it on the Pokedex. But I'm not really like, oh shoot, I see that unknown Pokemon I don't know about over there. I'm not gonna chase it. Like I'll let it come to me. I'm still after the main focus, 150. Which is 150, and then I can consider myself the Pokemon master.
That's crazy. It's kind of crazy to think of like the wild shit we did to catch Pokemon.
Dude, yeah, exactly.
Except going to the zoo. We never went into the zoo.
Oh, we gotta, yeah. Well, we saw like a Venusaur, and then the guy was like running down the hill, only to.
We're like driving behind him, dude. That look of defeat on his face. And then remember what? I think it was on Coronado, and there was like a war turtle or something on the golf course, and we like just parked in the middle of the street and ran in the golf course.
Ran into the golf course.
1 o'clock in the morning, dude.
Dude, I remember too, like. That same day, I think there was a Chansey on the other side of Coronado, like in downtown, and we had to like drive all the way, and we like drive what, like 10 miles, going over like 80 miles an hour.
I know, just to get to the other side. No, and then we didn't even catch it, right?
Yeah,
I think we ran into it.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Crazy, man. Pokemon Adventures from Rick the Salesman, dude. But yeah. Anything else, man? Anything else you got? I think I'm World Cupped out, dude. I might throw in a sports game just to see how I feel about it, dude.
Yeah, hit me up. I was pretty good at FIFA, so.
Are you for real?
Yeah, I'm for real. Dude, I was doing backflips and front flip kicks. I don't know what you call them, but fuck, I was doing every acrobatic thing you could do to hit the goal.
No, I'm really not gonna spend $30 on a FIFA game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A good game that we were playing that I wanted to mention was have you heard of a game called Speed Runner?
Yeah, where there's 4 people and you guys like run in circles
run in circles until the screen gets closer until they like fall off the map or fall off the screen.
Yeah, and you can shoot like rockets and shit at each other, right? And there's like a grapple you can grab people with.
Yeah, dude, that game was fucking amazing. It was just, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain just the fun that we got out of it, like the hours of gaming, of just playing that single game. It was like Mario Kart, but
yeah,
we were like screaming because like someone like would pull me from first place to fourth place, and then I would die instantly because they did that shit. But it's pretty fun. Definitely recommend checking that game.
No, that game
especially on Steam.
A racing game, most definitely. I think it's just funny because you kind of have to be skilled at it. Yeah, it's more than just running around, but you gotta use your momentum and stuff on your grapples off the ceiling and shit like that, so you can be faster. Yeah,
exactly. Like I was just getting the hang of it, but yeah, I think you can learn. It's pretty easy to learn pretty fast. It's just getting, like you're saying, remembering the momentum, remembering where the boxes are so you don't trip on them. Because once the box gets small, the outer rim or whatever closes in, you can't like see too far of what is ahead of you. So these boxes just randomly come out and you like trip over them, and then while the other player catches up, which is pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. There's a lot of those like small little games that are pretty sick like that. And I feel like a lot of the games on the PSVR are just like that, right? Because what's the point of the Rick and Morty game? You just hang out and help them find something, right?
Like the first thing he was like telling me was I was a clone of Morty, and he was like telling me that he wanted me to order something online on his computer, and then like I was like fucking up everything. His computer blew up, and then I had to fix the computer, and it was cool because like there's little nitpicks of like don't open the floor because there's a monster down there, and like I would open the floor to see if there's a monster or whatnot. There's a lever to pull. If you pull it, you like shrink, and then so everything is like huge, and you have to like try to create like a battery or whatnot. It was pretty cool. Like, and then I was using the teleporter, so like you're in that little space in the garage, and then all of a sudden you step like a couple of inches or a foot away into the porter, and then like your whole environment of VR changes and you're in space, which is crazy. So I don't know, it's the way people are tackling VR is pretty interesting. You think, oh, we're just gonna have to do this first person view kind of thing and shoot, but like people are inventing those top down scenarios, the Rick and Morty thing where you're actually Morty, and I don't know, it's just there's a lot of things, especially like dodging bullets and stabbing everybody with one knife, man. Crazy. It's like, damn,
that is funny, man. Well, a VR, dude, coming soon to Rick's house, man.
Hell yeah, whenever Ace Combat comes out.
I think they are announcing it. I think it's confirmed for Gamescom, because they didn't show anything about it at E3. Yeah. But I think they confirmed that they're gonna show it off at Gamescom, which is, oh man, I don't know when it is, but it's in Europe, right? That's the one that's in Germany. That's like the E3 of Europe. So hopefully, man, maybe this year or next year you might be getting that VR for real, dude.
Yeah. I think it's the PS Pro first.
It'd be cool if we could do like 2-player VR on one system, dude. So we're both like flying planes off of one system, or we could both watch like, your girl Hatsune Miku in concert, like just sitting on the couch together, dude. That would be hilarious, dude.
Dude, that would be pretty sick. We just have to worry about hitting each other. You're like dodging everything in slow motion. And
no, we can see each other. We can see each other's character models, man.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh, like what's that? VR chat. It'll be something similar. Like
oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh, there you go, dude. You can use it for VR chat with your computer when you get it. Technology, bro. Amazing.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that's all we got for us this week. We'll see you guys next week. But until then, Rick, some words of wisdom.
If you guys are looking for VR, it's right now on sale for $200 Fry's, but it's the older version. They also selling it at Best Buy for $200, but limited quantity.
Forever the marketer. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.